Hey there, yummy sugar pie. So I saw this chart being shared regarding Solana and other altcoins too by Mr. Cactus, and I thought it was very interesting because I think we should be tempering our expectations for altcoins, and if we get some sort of pump, then we should be mildly surprised and happy. But if we don't get it, remember, we still are running early and we might have more pain to come, unfortunately, despite what the candles say today. So this interesting chart shows Solana following the typical Wall Street cheat sheet. It is important to note that if you follow the 2018 bear market cycle, then we still need a full extra year of sideways here. And I'm going to show you it with the fractal so you know exactly what I mean. So the rinsing we've had so far has only been 2 years, and we need 3. Yes, it's painful. Of course, why do we need 3? We don't per se definitely need it. It's just that that's what happened last time. That's all we can go off. It's very painful to think about, but let's zoom into this chart so you can have a look at what's happening. You can have a look here, friends. So this is Solana, and it tries to map out what we expect for the Wall Street cheat sheet, the emotions. You can see there was Euphoria. I'm not kidding. I sold, I forgot like the exact top somewhere. It was on the Sol, ETH, Sol, BTC chart. So I sold the top. You have these pumping, and then you come back down all the way. Unfortunately, see, there's this painful part here. We're in the depression zone, okay, where we expect it here. But look what happens here. This chart is a bit condensed because this assumes that we are in the final home stretch right now, that we actually begin the final runway, which is like a go up, screw around, and then we are off to the races for the Bitcoin halvening. That's what we all believe. But let's have a look at something, friends. I have 2 charts here, okay? I have a nice tweet to actually show you. Please like, subscribe, press the belly button and all. So what I've done is, let's go deeper. I'm going to show you. What I did was I had a look at the total crypto market cap. So this is just altcoins. So this is not including Bitcoin and Ethereum. All right. And I want you to see this. Do you see this chart? What I did was I took the previous bear market, which was brutal and vicious. It was disgusting. Like, it was the most shameful part of crypto. And to be honest, we're in a shameful part of crypto right now. Very disgraceful, very depressing. So what I did was I copied this part. You see this part? What I did was I copied the bear market part and I just overlay it. And I want to see how much time has been. Now, there is 2 choices that you can make. We don't know the choice, okay? So let's focus our eyes on here. Do you see this top part? This is the Euphoria. So I start from the Euphoria and I go down, recovery, up, and then and the reclaim. So if we start the Euphoria, it depends where you begin, because do you remember we had the actual Euphoria top was Dogecoin mania before everything got scammed, before China literally just scammed us. The whole government scammed the whole bull market, okay? And now it comes down to where you want to be intellectually honest with yourself. And we can also take a different path depending on the altcoin that we are going to be focusing on. So Ethereum had this and we got scammed, and we had the actual Dogecoin mania top, but then we had these fake double top where we unfortunately poked above the high. So now we are stuck in a place where we believe, okay, do we start it from here or here? Of course, what do we want to do? What we want to do is start from April. We want to believe that April 2021 was the actual Euphoria top. Because if you shift it to the left, it means we have spent enough time. And if you look at where we are now, it means we are like ready to just screw around and like continue up. Yay! Which means by Bitcoin halvening next year, we've recovered half the range. And by the way, this is for altcoins. So, you know, this would be Chainlink going back to 20 to 25 bucks. This is Hex going back to 20 to 25 cents. And everything else in between, all right? So this is just examples here. This will be Pulse, PulseX, everything pumping. That'll be fantastic. But the market doesn't care about me and you. No, it does not, friends. We are on this journey together. It is a very rough, wild journey. Everybody's trying to scam each other. We don't even know if founders and leaders are true to their word. Most of these coins are absolutely garbage and useless. 99% are going to zero. It is a very treacherous and tough game. So if you say to me, give it to me straight, friend. Well, if we shift it to the right, this is the truth, okay? If the actual top was that pathetic, stupid double top, then unfortunately, we are only halfway through the bear market. Yeah, that's right. I'm not joking. If it's actually that truth. That means we still have another full year of going sideways. So, like, basically, to June 2024, we're still going sideways. I know it makes you vomit, makes you disgusted. Trust me, however much anger and vitriol you have towards the crypto market and scammers and the weak nature of men and women who are in here causing these prices to do this, multiply it by 50, that's exactly how I feel. I feel way more anger than you could ever feel when it comes to looking at this. But we got to play the game. We have to be stronger than everybody else. You see, now that I have told you to expect nothing until June 2024, if anything comes earlier, we are happy. We are happy because our expectations are in the poopy lands. And that's exactly where you want to be, because if your expectations are in the poopy lands, then if any friendship happens beforehand, we would be super excited. Okay, so this is all we can go off. And if you say to me, if you were to dress up the narrative and talk about the fundamentals, should we go earlier, on time, or later? So this is something interesting to think about. In the previous bear market, you see here, this is total 3, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. In the previous bear market, we did have a lot of dead weight. Now, we've still got a dead weight in our coins today, but we had like an insane amount of dead weight here. We had XRP, we have Litecoin, we have Stellar, we have EOS. And what I mean by dead weight is they are in the market cap calculation here. All right? They are in the market cap calculation. And it's not to knock them, but I'm just saying XRP, Stellar, EOS, these guys made no contribution to the next bull market. Nothing. I know it's not even like, it's just a matter of fact. It's not even like an opinion. It's just they did nothing for DeFi. There was no Web3 applications. There's no layer 2s. There's no NFT, gaming, metaverse. There's no alt layer 1. There's nothing. There's just literally, they were just dead weights. They were just people hanging on to 2017 payments and store of value narrative, and it went nowhere. So these had to be carried throughout the bear market. You might say, well, aren't they around here as well? Yes, they are. But there's a difference here. The difference is all this dead weight, they've already been rinsed for a long time, a very long time. So if you were to tell me that there's going to be a rejuvenated pop-up pretty early into the Bitcoin halving before next year, I would believe you. I would say, you know, I do. I can imagine a world like this happening, okay? So now that I've shown you this scenario, this is what I mean in this tweet here. I go, which scenario are we going to get for crypto? So I have the pain scenario here. The pain scenario, friends, is if we make the top on November 2021, the double top, the fake scam where we were supposed to go higher and we just did this rounded top junk. If the pain scenario happens, then yes, we have another 12 months to go of sideways. And yeah, it's going to feel a bit okay because we go up a bit. Remember, this is the zombie virus capitulation, but we probably won't get another black swan, but it'll take 12 months. That is basically Chainlink towards $10 to $12. That's Hex back towards 10 cents. You might say, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. But look at this, friends. For example, if we take Hex, for example, if you tell me Hex, it's after, if we go to June 2024, that means after 3 years, you are still down 80% from the high. 3 years. That is inexcusable for any coin. That is like, well, what do you do? Like, that's just what it is, right? And what I mean by inexcusable, that means like, you got to think long and hard about holding in the next bear market because look what we went through. And by the way, if this happens again, okay, so this is the important part too. So if this pain scenario happens, friends, and we get to June 2024 and like we're just following this, okay, if this actually happens, then I want to tell you something. You better respect the dark curse prophecy scenario, okay? You better respect it because if you don't and it happens and we actually go up to 80K and come back down, then I'm not joking, you are absolutely wrecked. You will mentally capitulate down here. I'm telling you. I promise you, 90% of you will mentally capitulate because you would have wasted 8 years. You got nothing out, and now you're still in this cope zone, praying that we recover by 2027 to 2028. And that's a long time. If that happens, then that would have mean you're in, literally, you've been in crypto for 7 or 8 years and you still break even. That's how tough it is. And surprise, surprise, that's what happened to XRP. That's what happened to Litecoin. That's what happened to all of these coins from 2017. So that's how we become the ghosts of the past. The ghosts that are like floating around the graveyard. Yeah, we become them. So this is very important to think about. That's if the pain scenario happens. What about the friend scenario? We've got to prepare for the pain, but what if the friend scenario happens? If the friendship scenario is happening right now, this is where we are right here. We're actually right here. That means we actually go up only from here. Wouldn't that be fantastic? That means we have had enough time and we go up only. And that also means that by the time the next Bitcoin halving run happens, right, in the Bitcoin BlackRock Spot ETF, this is a nice healthy recovery. So up here would be Chainlink $10 to $15. It would be Hex 10 to 15 cents. And then by mid next year, it would be Link back towards $20 to $30. Hex back 20 to 30 cents. That's a friendship scenario, right? I know a lot of people thinking that they'll be breaking their all-time high by the end of this year. I mean, I'll give a negative 5% chance for that, as you've seen, friends. Like everything's in a very dire and pathetic situation. I'm very, very sorry. All right. Now, if you were to talk to me about what do you see happening in the price action, this is what I'll tell you right now. What I'm seeing is I don't want to jinx it, but it feels like what we've just gone through. It feels like, so I'm going to bring this up. What we've just had feels like the zombie virus dump, the double bottom of the zombie virus. It feels like that. Okay. It feels like we just all gave up. That's what it feels like. I don't want to jinx it because you never know, man, with these markets. All right. So if you put it up, you kind of see how it lines up. We have this scenario where we had the bottom, we recover, we have this collapse again. And as we were covering, this was the SEC ban down here. The SEC ban causing this bottom action. But we never really know, do we? You never have 100% confidence that what you're doing is going to work out. All you can do is work with these probabilities. So the only thing we have is some sort of hopium, okay? And obviously hopium can be very bad, but sometimes it's all you have to keep you going. And I'd like to tell you this. In the previous bear market, Bitcoin did a flash rally. We've never seen anything like that before. We've never seen anything like that before where Bitcoin did this flash rally up. It was, out of all Bitcoin's bear markets, it's never done anything like this. This was the Fed holding rates plus token Ponzi, and it went like, it recovered super maniac, right? If we continue to see Bitcoin going up, there is no guarantee, but it is possible that in this cycle, we get a altcoin mania run. We get the altcoin mania run. That's what would be fantastic. That would actually be this scenario here. It's a friendship scenario where alts just keep going up and they recover up to their top. And then we zip around for 2024. That's possible, right? Because if you were to draw it up, if I go back to my Bitcoin scam prophecy scenario, I do believe in a world it's possible to see where if Bitcoin is near $80,000, right? And remember, no one's going to know it's the danger zone except us. We're going to be like predicting, hey, this might be a danger zone. But in this zone, right? You see this zone here where the sad face is? It's possible that everybody rushes into altcoins. And I do mean rush. Why? So why would people buy altcoins there? They would buy altcoins probably because Bitcoin at 85,000, they would think the next stop is 100 and then 150 and then 200,000. They would be thinking it's only just getting started. So what they will do is, because remember, the crowd is smart. The crowd's always trying to make money. So what they would be trying to do is they would be trying to, so this might be altcoins here, they would be trying to front run Bitcoin hitting $100,000. And so they buy altcoins. And so what we might see somewhere maybe at the end of 2024 is we poke up. And we don't know how much we're going to poke up, right? So some altcoins might just hit the top and die, right? This would be equivalent to Chainlink hitting $50, Hex hitting 50 cents and just coming back down. Or it's possible some of these alts break their high by 50% to 2x, while Bitcoin's there. So we don't know what's actually going to happen at all. We don't even know if there's going to be a giant alt season of all. That's what we don't know. But if we're positioned long now and we're still staying along the game, we'll have a fighting chance, okay? So what I've done is this video, it was to prepare you. So we have a friendship scenario and we have the other scenario, which is the pain scenario. And as a quick summary, the pain scenario means we still have another 12 months to go. But the friendship scenario, it feels like we've been going through the price action of this, the friendship scenario. All right. So most altcoins, this is the thing to take home here. Most altcoins actually topped out in April 2021. Most of them did. You had coins like Chainlink and all the other ones, right? It was only the mania ones that went at the very end. So it'd be interesting to see if, so for example, Chainlink topped out in April of 2021 and then Hex topped out in September, which is the end of the year, okay? So you have Link and then you have Hex. It would be very interesting if, when we look at the price action, if Link goes up stronger and Hex lags, because that would mean that Link has had enough time capitulation. And it would mean that the friendship scenario is actually playing out. So we might actually have 2 waves of alt seasons later on. But we'll cross that road when we get there. So for now, we're still on the path, and I'm just here to protect you, just in case we get scammed again, friends, because I've never seen more disappointments in my life than in the cryptocurrency market, I'll be honest. Tell mom and dad we're still going to make it. We're going to stay strong. Friendship scenario or the painful scenario, we have to be ready for both. Like, subscribe, press the bell button and all. I'm going to catch you in the next one.